Коллеги, добрый день.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. I'm very glad to welcome the representatives of mass media and the guests of our short meeting that we organize in the platform of the Urban Forum. I work in the School of Skolkovo and Vice Director of Moscow Urban Forum, and together with my colleague Mikhail Kuzovlev, the president of the board of Bank Moscow, would like to tell you a few words about the activity that lasted for half a year, not in St. Petersburg, but dedicated to the topic of our forum. And I'm very glad to introduce the colleagues: Eric Kilalov, the mayor of Ufa City, Evgeny Roisman, mayor of Yekaterinburg, and Alexander Moore, mayor of Tyumen City. And I would like to remind you that the organizers of Moscow Urban Forum also always strove for making this event longer than 2 days. During 2 days, the event is organized here in the Manege. First, it lasted 3 days. Then we made also Moscow Festival special exhibition that you can visit here. And this year, for the first time, we started to organize regional festivals and organized 5 urban festivals and urban conferences from May till October. They were conducted in Ufa city, and I would like to express my gratitude to the mayor of the city for helping us to organize it. Then we organized it in Nizhny Novgorod, Yekaterinburg, St. Petersburg, and Vladivostok. The main partner and sponsor, not only in financial sense but also ideological sense, was the Bank of Moscow, that proved its commitment as a bank working with the authorities, with the largest governmental bodies in the country. The main objectives of these conferences, all of them had the same title: Cities and Territories Tomorrow, Tools of Positive Changes, was an attempt to give a special platform for business circles, civil society, companies, for the discussion of the topics we discuss nowadays at the Urban Forum. And next year we will continue this activity. And I can assure you, as the executive board of the Urban Forum, that we are going to continue this activity next year. And I would like to ask Mikhail to tell a few words about his opinion and what he expects from similar forums on the regional level. Thank you very much, and I would like to assure you that the Bank of Moscow and VTB Group, we as a part of that group support this forum. For our group, it is very important to cooperate with such bodies. And when we started our cooperation, it seemed to us that we were very far away from urban people. We seemed to be really far away from real businessmen. When the first forum was organized, we saw the first texts, the first lists of the speakers, and we thought that the participation in the forum of people who developed the concepts for large cities development was more about scientific research. And you are right to say that the things we can see within the previous years is that we have gone beyond the limit of the Moscow Manege. We organized 5 conferences in other cities, and it will be our practice for the future too. So it all allows us to have a new look of the economy. We follow the tendencies of the development and we think about how cities in Russia will develop in the future, what benefits it will bring to the inhabitants of the city. For us, as the representatives of the financial sphere, it brings novelties to services we provide to the government of the cities and people. We organized conferences in Nizhny Novgorod and signed an agreement on financing sports venues in the region. We organized a conference in Vladivostok and There we signed a contract about the development of water decontamination facilities and healthcare facilities. Also, there was a conference organized in Ufa. We collaborate with the utility offices, with the companies responsible for water decontamination. It all gives us a lot of experience. We transfer the language of the authorities to the language of enterprises, and we help companies working on improvement of city infrastructure and environment. I would also like to say about a few really positive things for us from the point of view of financial organization. For us, we started a new business rental of bikes. So when you work in the sphere of city finances, you on the one hand try to be closer to the city authorities and to perceive them as your partners. On the one hand, on the other hand, you need real instruments and tools. The idea how to use, for example, PR budget, and I think that the system works nowadays in 2 cities. We modernized the equipment. We plan to localize points of bike rentals in different entities of the Russian Federation. About 50% of them were already localized. We provide our colleagues with a lot of benefits. We think that in other regions bike rental should be as good as in Moscow. And I would like to give floor to the mayors. I would like to give the floor to Eric because he comes from the city where I was born, and I'm very much interested in its future development. He brought here a team of 20 people, and we are very happy to see that they want to study, they want to learn lessons. Traditionally, Ufa city is proud of its achievements. We decided to praise each other because we come from the same land. Mr. Davlatov, Mr. Spivakov, Mr. Adolf Nureyev were born in our region, and I would like to express my gratitude to people who organized this great forum, because we came here not only to talk to each other, not only to participate in a show. We came here to share experience, to actually work during 3 days. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be here on Saturday, but my team will be here. We'll keep going. 2 representatives of the authorities came here to work with the experts of the forum. For us, it is crucially important to learn about modern urban development plans, about modern trends in urban development, to learn how to make proper relations with the governmental bodies on local and regional levels, not on the basis of emotions, but on the basis of integral approach. On one of the events, I already said that we were very lucky because I was appointed by the head of Republic of Bashkortostan, and the people voted for me. But we started a systematic work on employees training. Unfortunately, till today, there is no special system for training of such people here in Russia. Usually, these are people coming from different sectors of economy, and some of them just cannot train during work. And I would like to thank our partners, the Bank of Moscow. We highly improved financial policy and economics in the city. About 2 years ago, the debts of the city were about 1 billion rubles a month. But after signing a contract with 5 banks, we restructured our debts, and now we pay only 500 million a month. As you can understand, it's easier to breathe for us. Now we have an opportunity to invest money into agriculture, for example. And the most important thing that the Bank of Moscow has become our good partner that gives credits to the main municipal companies such as water treatment facilities, for example, Ufa Canal, and so on. Also, I would like to express my gratitude to specialists who came to the forum, because every territory, every area has its success and its disadvantages, but on the platform of the Moscow Urban Forum, we have an opportunity to talk about it. We either get an assurance that we are going correct way, or the other way around. We can see here the areas where it leaves much to be desired and we have to do something about it. We understand that there are spheres where we improved our indicators in the whole territory of Russia, for example, and where not. And I would like to give you one example from municipal government, for example. You know that many years ago, unfortunately, many people in Russia suffered, and we transformed the so-called sobering up rooms into healthcare facilities, and the main purpose of sobering rooms is not simply to break a person, but to find relatives and friends and to bring this person to their family. If a person doesn't have such an opportunity, he or she can stay there for overnight, for example, and there are really good employees there. We decided to keep such facilities. Of course, it costs a lot of money, it's clear. Another example, we created a center of public safety. When police, for example, decided not to work with teenagers, people not of age, but we created a special center of public safety and security. But sometimes people told us that we were about to create our own military body, but it was not like that, and our experience is recommended now for the development in other regions of the Russian Federation. About 150 people working in the Center of Public Safety are people who work actually with the inhabitants, with people from the troubled families and young people. And at the end of my short presentation, I would like to say that I'm very thankful to you that Ufa was chosen as the first regional site for the session and meeting of the urban forum. It's very similar to the word urban. Urban in our language means a holiday, a vacation. We organized already 2 sessions and we will have the next session in August. It's a holiday for us, a holiday of freedom, engineering, economy, architecture. We would like to invite you to our marvelous city, the greenest city in our country, 202 kilometers for one inhabitant of the region, and we have a lot of achievements according to the ratings of environment. We have really high positions.
Thank you, Evgeny. A couple of words because we don't have enough time. Dear colleagues, big thanks for your invitation to participate in this forum. It's a very big and influential event, and special thanks to the government of Russia and Bank of Moscow. And now a couple of words, just a couple of words. We here have the architectural department, the head of the architectural department and the head of construction department. So the delegation has quite a big presence here, and we have developed many solutions, many technical solutions, many managing solutions. And I think that we need to take a number of political decisions. The cities should have more freedom, that they should be able to make their own money, that they should have more stimuli to make their own money, to generate their own profit. Because a strong country is first of all a strong city. A strong city means a strong country, and that is a very important point that you have to pay attention to. And that was a great forum. Thanks. I wanted to say that in Yekaterinburg city, all the urban people and the people who are doing all this business are very influential. And Yekaterinburg is traditionally known as their capital of design and capital of architecture. So design as architecture is very important for Yekaterinburg city, and there are a big number of initiatives there, and and societies and the architectural societies and circles are very active in this city, and we very much pay great attention to your community. And now a couple of words. Despite the fact that Tyumen in this year is not in the top five city list for the startup of regional forum project, they still do a number of events and activities, and in the next year they will be part of the agenda. And I've been in Tyumen city 3 times this year, and I'm very impressed by their activities of the governor and of the mayor and their team, especially because of the projects that changed the city. Good afternoon. Thank you very much. I'd like to say that we Tyumen people also have some. We in Tyumen also have some very nice countrymen, people we are proud of. There is not much of a presence from Tyumen delegation on this forum, but I can see some construction managers, some construction engineers that have come here with using their own money. And what is interesting on the Moscow Urban Forum for us is that we have now a regional agenda. If before that, the previous years, the Moscow Urban Forum only concentrated on the big cities, it now concentrates on regional agenda, which is very important. Today on one of the sessions we discussed that maybe the bigger cities in the regions, the capitals of the regions, could also become centers of human potential and investments, as well as Moscow and St. Petersburg. And Moscow Urban Forum, I think, can do almost an impossible thing, and will give a new regional policy to Russia that will lead to further development of some bigger regional cities. And this thing that is being dynamically discussed and in a very short historical perspective could be delivered is to increase the number of cities that have 1 million inhabitants. And I think that we should also try to use the resources that we have more efficiently. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with your discipline, because we are right on time, and thank you very much. And now, welcome to the